They said you would fail. They laughed when you walked out, when you dropped out. But they did not know. You were never built for the cage. School was designed to tame lions, not awaken them. You don't need a classroom. You need a code. And this is the code that turns rejection into rage, pain into programming, a forbidden brain hack that does not just help you succeed, it mutates you into something the system fears. A silent, disciplined, emotionless weapon. This is not motivation. This is mutation. Welcome to the Dark Brain series. They built a system to make you forget who you are, a system designed to reward obedience and punish original thought. You were never dumb, you were just too alive for a dead institution. While they praised the quiet ones who memorized textbooks, you questioned everything, and for that, they labeled you a problem. School never failed you. It was programmed to break minds like yours. The truth is brutal. This world does not belong to the most educated. It belongs to the most mentally weaponized. You were trained to follow a script. Wake up, sit still, obey the bell, repeat until your soul dies. But monsters? They don't follow blueprints, they build their own. Monsters are just dropouts who refuse to be programmed. Every dropout is not a failure. They're a system reject, a rogue mind trying to survive in a machine built for control. And once that mind finds a new code, a hack powerful enough to reshape itself from the inside out, it does not re-enter the system, it destroys it. So ask yourself, did you really drop out? Or did you wake up before they could finish breaking you? This world is not run by report cards, it's run by ruthless clarity. And clarity starts the moment you realize you were never the problem, the system was. There's a hidden switch buried inside your brain. Most people will never find it. They live their entire lives in default mode, surviving, submitting, reacting, and slowly decaying under the weight of comfort, distraction, and approval. But dropouts, they're different. They get thrown into fire early, judged, mocked, rejected, and if they don't break, they mutate. What happens next isn't education, it's not healing, it's evolution. It's called Controlled Neuro-Rage. Not rage that explodes, rage that sharpens. A cold, silent, focused mental fire, forged from every insult, every failure, every moment you were made to feel like you'd never become anything. Controlled neuro-rage is the brain's most dangerous function, the ability to take emotional trauma and turn it into high-efficiency transformation. It's the secret behind elite warriors, lone creators, rogue entrepreneurs, and unstoppable outliers. This is not some motivational quote or morning routine. It's hard-coded neuroscience. The most dangerous minds in history were not taught, they were triggered. When the average mind feels pain, it collapses. But when a monster mind feels pain, it scans for leverage. Because pain is not weakness, it's data. It shows you what's missing, what needs to be removed, and what needs to be rebuilt. That's the beginning of neuro-weaponization. Reprogramming your reaction to adversity. Instead of running, hiding, or coping, you extract power from it. It starts with awareness. Every time you feel rejection, insult, or failure, track it. Feel it without flinching. Don't suppress it. Absorb it. Your brain starts recording everything like a battlefield log. Why? Because it knows the system won't save you. You are now the programmer. Then comes isolation. This part is not optional. You will have to disappear, not forever, but long enough to detach from noise, distraction, weakness, and the need to be understood. This is the moment when the monster version of you begins constructing itself in silence. Isolation is not loneliness, it's preparation for domination. When you're away from the noise, you can hear your real thoughts. When you're away from people, you can finally stop acting. And when you shut down all outer inputs, you open up the code, the part of your brain that can be rewritten. Now comes execution, not dreaming, not visualizing. Execution. Cold, calculated, aggressive repetition. You start building habits around discomfort. You train when tired. You work when uninspired. You study like you're at war, because mentally you are. And finally, you reach mutation. Identity override. The you they remember is gone. You stop reacting. You stop explaining. You stop seeking validation. You're no longer chasing motivation. You've become command-driven. The goal is not self-improvement, it's self-erasure. Delete who you were. Rewrite who you must become. At this point, you don't need discipline. You are discipline. You don't need confidence. You are threat. Controlled Neuro-Rage is not about breaking things around you. It's about rebuilding everything inside you. It's internal combustion. It's converting shame into silence, doubt into direction, and pain into pure precision. This is the hack used by elite Black Ops operatives, by obsessed innovators, by visionaries who were laughed at, betrayed, forgotten until they showed up unrecognizable. It's not motivation. It's mental mutation. The world will never be ready for a person like this. But it won't matter, because by then, you won't need the world. Once this switch flips, there's no going back. You stop becoming who the system trained you to be and start becoming who the fire forced you to become. Not a dropout, not a victim, but a monster. Controlled Neuro-Rage is not random. It's not chaos. It runs on laws, unwritten, brutal, and tested in isolation. Dropouts who become monsters don't stumble into power by accident. They live by dark codes the system can't digest. These are not habits. These are operating laws, and if you don't follow them, you stay weak, no matter how smart you think you are. This is not about learning more. It's about becoming less human and more weapon. Law 1, kill distractions. Like a machine. Most people fail not because they're lazy, but because they're surrounded by noise. The monster mind does not negotiate with distractions. It identifies them, isolates them, and eliminates them without apology. No music, no scrolling, no social validation, just silence. Because silence is where transformation breathes. The moment you stop trying to be entertained is the moment you start becoming dangerous. Friends will say, "You're too intense." Good, let them scroll, while you sharpen. Law 2, turn rejection into obsession. Dropouts get used to hearing, "You won't make it." At first it stings, then it ignites. The monster does not just take rejection, he weaponizes it. Every no becomes a reason to grind harder. Every doubt becomes fuel for the fire. You don't forget who doubted you, you memorize them. This is not about proving them wrong. It's about building something so lethal, so focused, that they don't even recognize you when you win. Law 3, build ruthless focus windows. The world is addicted to multitasking. Monsters are not. They build 90-minute kill zones. No phone, no noise, no mercy. During this time, the outside world does not exist. No excuses, no feelings, just execution. One task, one outcome. You either respect the window or you stay broke. Discipline is not about doing what you love. It's doing what builds you, even when it breaks you. People who lack focus crave motivation. People who have focus, they crave silence. Because silence means they're locked in, and nothing's more lethal than locked in time. Law 4, embrace identity death. The monster you're becoming cannot survive with the ego you started with. Dropouts often try to cling to their old identity, the misunderstood genius, the rebel, the victim. But evolution demands sacrifice, and the first thing that dies is the old version of you. Stop calling yourself a dropout. Stop calling yourself anything. Just do the work. Every single day, erase one more piece of who you were and replace it with who you must become. You'll lose comfort, you'll lose your old circle, but you'll gain clarity, the kind that keeps growing while others stay stuck. Law 5, detach. Emotion, master reaction. The average person reacts emotionally. The monster, he does not react. He responds, coldly, tactically. You get insulted, you log it. You get betrayed, you learn from it. There is no emotional theater, just calculated moves in the dark. Emotion is a luxury. Reaction is a weakness. Precision is law. This final law is what makes you untouchable. Not loud, not reactive, just silent, still, and always 10 moves ahead. Follow these 5 laws, and you won't need a degree, applause, or validation. You'll build results so ruthless, they'll have no choice but to respect the ghost you've become. So what happens when you apply the laws? When you kill distraction, turn rejection into obsession, erase your identity, and remove emotion from your reaction, you transform. But not in the way most people imagine. Not with applause, not with celebration. Transformation like this is silent. It happens behind closed doors, in cold rooms, under pressure no one sees. You become the kind of person who makes others uncomfortable, because they can't figure you out anymore. You're not chasing validation. You're not explaining yourself. You're just executing. Quietly, daily, without pause. But make no mistake, there's a price. You'll lose friends. You'll lose softness. You'll lose the part of you that needed permission to move. People will say you've changed. They'll say you're too distant, too cold. What they really mean is, you stopped needing them to feel powerful. This is the part no one talks about. Success built from darkness does not come with comfort. It comes with clarity. You won't need to prove anything anymore, because the results will walk in before you do. Monsters are not born. They're built from silence, scars, and self-control. There's no going back. The brain you rewired can't function like it used to. The system you left behind, it can't hold you anymore. You won't be normal again. You'll be something else. You'll be needed. You'll be respected. You'll be feared, not because of what you say, but because of what you've become, a weapon. You've just unlocked one of the darkest mental codes hidden from the masses. This was not motivation, it was mutation. Now you're no longer just a dropout, you're a prototype. A new version of mind, one the system can't classify, control, or contain, but this was only level 1. What comes next rewires everything: emotion, fear, silence. In the next episode, you'll learn about the mental virus they've been hiding, the one that shuts off weakness and installs permanent psychological dominance. Once you activate this virus, you don't feel fear. You become it. Subscribe if your brain is not built for average, and in the comments, drop 2 words: system rejected. So I know you made it this far, and you're ready for the next upgrade. You've stepped into the Dark Brain series, and now the deeper you go, the less human you remain.